Into runway 26 left.
What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back. Guess what? It is Friday, and you know what that means. It is Friday night flights. We're going to be starting here. This is Infinite Flight, Friday Night Flight weekly event. We are here for in the Airbus A319 flying for S7. This is an airline I've never heard of, but it's the featured airline for the event this week. We're starting off in Berlin, Germany. We're headed over to Russia. I believe it's St Petersburg. So what's going on, guys? Welcome. I'm gonna try to get us up in the air. We'll do shout outs, don't worry, guys. I'll call out the VIPs. I'll call out all you guys. I'll shout you guys out when we get airborne. But let's try to get a little bit quicker, and let's try to get in the air a little bit faster today. Last week went a little long. We only had like an hour-long flight, and it took us 3 hours with ATC and whatnot. So we're gonna try to not speed through it, but just kind of be a little bit quicker about things. And we have plenty of time in the flight today to hang out and talk and chat and whatnot. So I'll also show you my flight plan once we get in the air. We will be using runway 26 left and 26 right for departure. There are parallel runways, so please don't be afraid to use either or. So turn nav lights on, seatbelt signs on, no smoking signs on, beacon lights going to come on, we're about to push back and start the engines. And thank you guys so much for joining. Welcome back. I am happy to be here. It's good to be Friday, you know what I mean? Let's see, push back, go ahead, start that up. I don't think anybody's behind us. There is no controller here at Berlin. Let's get rid of that. Uh-oh, push back right ahead of him. We might have to wait for him to go by. I'm gonna be courteous. I'm gonna do my best to fly by example. A lot of people would usually just kind of cut people off when they push back, and it's not good aviation manners. So if you see somebody already taxiing behind you, you don't just push back ahead of them. Let's just put that out there. Let's just go ahead and continue our pushback now. But I hope you guys are having a great week. The TBM is right over the horizon. It is not yet out yet, or we would be flying it right now. Hoping the servers stay up. I heard they had some server issues earlier as we push back in formation. So yeah, I've never heard of this airline, S7. I don't know like what country this airline comes from. No idea. As an American, airlines like this don't exist to me. But hey, it's green, and green means go. And that sounds good to me. Start the engines up. Engine number 2. Wait for N1 to rise above 20%, and then we'll introduce fuel. In the Airbus, it does it on its own. If you're in a Boeing aircraft or most other aircraft, you would wait for the N1 to get to around 15-20%, and then add fuel to get the engines completely started. But in the Airbus, you just hit the switch, and it just does its own thing. Waiting for that to turn green. There it is. Engine number 1 start up. And beacon lights, all that stuff is on. We'll have our hood on. Everything's looking good. Flaps set for takeoff will be flaps 1. Trim, we'll set that to, I don't know. I always kind of guess. We'll do 35. That should work. Weather currently is, there is no weather information. That's great. But this says 270 at 8 knots. Visibility is 21 statute miles. We'll go to a initial climb of 12,000, and everything else looks good to me. Let's go ahead and break away. Hit brakes. Power up slowly. Hope you guys can hear me all right. I do have the music still playing, just a little bit in the background. This shouldn't be too loud. Again, like I said, guys, usually I do my shout outs right before we start pushback, but today I'm going to try to expedite the process of us getting off the ground with there being so many planes. And if a lot of guys are going to be joining us today, they may need more parking spots too, so it's better for us to just go ahead and get out the way. You feel me? But I'm so glad you guys are here. And again, we will do shout outs once we get airborne. But for now, we're going to taxi to runway 26 left or 26 right. Same as last week. Again, it's parallel runways, so if traffic is getting really heavy behind you, feel free to cross and take off on the opposite side, on the other runway. Not the opposite side, I'm sorry, but take off on the other runway. There will be ATC in St. Petersburg, where we're headed to. So, as usual, please maintain separation 10 miles or more before, before we contact the approach controller in St. Petersburg. So I'm going to be reminding you guys of that multiple times. And what else am I missing? Please be respectful to all other pilots. That regards pushback, taxi, flight, everything. Don't fly through people and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you also pack plenty of fuel for the flight. Today's flight's going to be about an hour and a half. You know me, I don't do very long flights for my streams usually, unless it's a special occasion. But I would like to probably do something longer in the future sometime. Just lately I've been kind of busy with just a lot going on, multitasking, doing a lot of things, and just haven't had time to dedicate a super long flight, you know what I mean? So I do appreciate you guys for joining. Let's do a real quick taxi by cam. I think that'll look pretty cool. That's not it. Where's it at? Is this one? Yeah, there we go. We may get one screenshot before we take off. Again, guys, I'm not looking at the chat right at this moment. So if you have any questions for me, if you have any concerns, comments, whatever, if you're saying hi, I do appreciate you guys for being here. Again, I'm just trying to get off the ground right now. Welcome to the stream. If you're just joining us, we're flying from Berlin, Germany to St. Petersburg. And I said we will be next up for takeoff, as we've already passed the whole short line. Holy crap, I didn't know that was right there. Yeah, we're supposed to hold short behind that line. So I'm actually going to taxi to 26 right for departure to allow some more of you guys to get on the runway a bit sooner. If that's cool with you. My free camera is still at the gate. Let's move you over, buddy. Should be pretty good flight. Weather seems to be nice. We got the caravan. We got the crew taxi, and I see you guys. Thank you guys for coming through, making these flights so enjoyable. I tell you, man, I honestly, I really do these flights like just for you guys, like not for myself. I really do enjoy flying with you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy flying with me. Legitness. I didn't even announce that I was taxiing. I completely forgot to do that. Alright, I'm not going to hold you guys up. Let's go ahead and roll, and we're going to cross runway 26 left. And we're going to taxi to 26 right. Runway 26 left. Berlin Tegel Unicom, Blue 116 heavy, taxiing to runway. Go ahead and kill the music until we get airborne. Again, departure airport is Echo Delta Delta Tango, and we are on the expert server as usual. Get all that traffic behind us, legit. So, arrival is clear, so we're good. Let's get a left wing view. Everybody taxiing to the runway. And we'll hold short here before we get to 26 right. We have somebody arriving, it looks like. That's a problem. Did they just land here, or what happened there? We'll hit the brakes right there. We'll go ahead and announce we're holding short of runway 26 right. And I think he's going to turn around. Yeah, so I think what he did is he actually cut across that middle taxiway there. He taxied the opposite side way on the runway. Now he's turning around to take off, so he kind of trying to outsmart everyone. But I don't recommend anybody else do that, please. I did update the supporters list down on the bottom of this, in the description. I mean, I've been trying to just, you know, it's just a small way of saying thank you to everybody who's actually donated to the channel. Again, I don't ask you guys to donate, and I don't, you know, I don't push you guys to do that thing. You don't have to do that. So I do appreciate it, and I want you to know that. And so I have all you guys' names listed down on the bottom. If you've donated before and I have missed your name, I didn't put it in the description, let me know, and I will definitely get it added. But it's gonna be there forever. I mean, you only have to donate one time. It's not like a subscription kind of thing where you got to keep donating for you to keep the name on there. Basically, I'm just gonna have a long, ongoing, growing list of just people who have support the channel through donation and whatnot, and on in the description. And that's not only for live streams, that is also for all videos. So you'll see those on my racing videos, on whatever video, random video I decide to put out. All right, we're lining up on 26 right. We are ready to go. One thing we were missing is some lights, landing lights on, strobe lights on, and we'll announce our intentions. Taking off runway 26 right, blue 116. I think we might still be heavy. I'm gonna have to change my call sign. Departing to the east is where we're headed. Let's go ahead and pick up the screen. Got some parallel departures going on. Slowly bringing up the throttle.
Right, departing east.
Calibrate one more time. Let's get it back center. There we go. We do have a 8-knot headwind, but it shouldn't be a problem. Not much of a cross. 100 knots.
V1.
Ooh, that guy almost taxied right on the runway. That's V1.
Rotate.
Rotate.
Positive
And
rate.
let go of the throttle. Yeah, let go of the rudder. Positive climb. Gear up.
Gear up.
To 160 knots. Let's bring the nose down just slightly. Pretty smooth takeoff so far. We'll be flying runway heading until we get to our first waypoint. We'll continue our departure out of Berlin, Germany. I very rarely fly in an hour out of Russia. Let's go ahead and turn the flaps up to 0. And we'll bring the nose down just a little bit more. As most of you guys know who watch my channel, my preferred view is actually the cockpit camera. I do go to outside view too to enjoy the scenery, but a lot of times when it comes to takeoff and landing, I always fly with the cockpit camera. Just a little bit more realistic to me. And we're going to hit speed mode right there at 230 knots. Maintain the climb. Bring the nose down, which will help by bringing the trim down. Oops, that's the wrong way. Bring the trim down. That'll help bring the nose down. I'll actually zero it out because we don't need it. Once we hit the autopilot. I think we need to turn. Yes, we do. Let's keep it smooth. Alright, now climbing at 1,600. We'll go probably at 2,000 feet per minute. Is what I'm shooting for right now. Oh, look at that. We do have somebody off our left wing. Oh, well, great. I don't know who that is, but you're getting declined. So funny. I always tell you guys, like, I don't get calls until I stream. It's like people know I'm streaming. I don't tell anybody here where I live except for one person that I'm streaming, and he never calls me. But the rest of the world is like, hey, we should call this guy right now. Not sure what's up with that, but oh well. I don't know who that was. Number wasn't saved. Let's go ahead and hit nav mode. That's going to put us on course, and we'll hit altitude mode. That'll set our altitude, and we'll change the VS, vertical speed, up to about 1,800 feet per minute. And speed we'll leave at 230. Matter of fact, we're going to go to 245. Not 250, because 250 is going to overshoot it. Flaps are up. Trim is at -5. It shouldn't be negative. Leave it at 0. And we'll fly out. Hope the sound is still working. Is the sound still working? Let's see. Okay, yeah, it's working. Yeah, it's working. I'm making sure. Like sometimes when I get phone calls during a flight, it'll completely screw up my flight. It might have disconnected Infinite Assistant, which sucks. Hoping it didn't. I'm pretty sure it did though. Usually it does. Let's see. Where is Berlin? I think Berlin is off our left wing over there. I think this is all Berlin actually, the city. But I'm looking for the airport. Still climbing. We're at 7,000. We're taking it easy. We're not going too quick. We're not ascending too quickly. We're not going like my usual 4,000 and stuff like that. You know, I usually ascend pretty quickly. There's our next turn. So this is our departure right here. It's kind of like a you could say it's like a let's see, a left downwind departure. You could say that. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to put a label on it, it'd be like a left downwind departure. Yeah, that's the airport off our left side. We still have a lot of departures leaving right now. I thank you guys so much for being so, hopefully, from what I can see, being so respectful and in order. There's no ATC here, but we were able to get off the ground pretty smoothly. We do have some aircraft that are close to us, but they're about almost 2,000 feet above us, so we shouldn't have too much of an issue with them. I can see them. I have eyes on them. Just about to pass 10,000 feet, where we will no longer have that speed restriction of 250 knots below 10K. We'll probably climb at 285 knots. And there we go, 10,000 feet right there. Speed up to 285. And we'll climb up to our cruise today, which is going to be 330, which is going to be 33,000 feet. And that's what we're going to stay at all the way to St. Petersburg. I'm going to climb up a little bit quicker, about 2,500 feet per minute. The cabin should be pressurizing, so we shouldn't have to worry too much about all of that. Right now, just enjoying the beautiful scenery of Berlin. City of Berlin. Never been to Berlin. I think I've been to Germany. Have I been to Germany? I don't think I've been to Germany. I'm pretty sure I would remember if I have gone. If I had been to Germany. What is this right here? What airport is this? This is another Berlin airport. Pretty close to each other. That one looks like it's out in the suburbs of Berlin. Yeah, traffic right ahead of us. Let's go ahead and kill the HUD. Once I get off the ground, I don't really need it anymore, except to watch my speed and whatnot. Everything else looks good. So we have to watch out for him, maintain visual separation between him and us. It looks like we're climbing a bit quicker than him, and we're flying a bit quicker than him. Our ground speed right now is 380 knots, but our indicated speed is 285. So the best thing to do in these situations is kind of watch the other aircraft, make sure you don't get too close. We could also get wake turbulence from being behind it if you're in a smaller aircraft than they are. I think he knows we're here, and I think he's speeding up. So it looks like he's speeding up. So still climbing. Again, I apologize, guys. I haven't been talking directly to you guys in a bit. We'll talk once we get to cruise. I was kind of focusing on this, and I just noticed that it's freaking pouring down outside. It is raining hard. So hopefully we don't have any issues with the stream ending or anything like that. Just to warn you, because it happens a lot at my house for some reason. Even with a little bitty storm, whenever it starts raining, sometimes the power likes to go off and flash. So if the stream ends abruptly and randomly, you know why. It's probably because my power went out, and I will do my best to try to continue the stream. I'll probably have to like reset the modem, come back, and then do like a part 2 basically of the flight, and probably just pause the sim, because I assume if the internet goes off, my Wi-Fi goes off, and that means the flight will not turn off, but screenshot. But we're gonna have to like pause it or something so we can continue. So just go ahead and warning you guys just in case that happens. There are parachutes in the back if you need to bail, if that's what you want to do. There's parachutes. I always bring parachutes on my flights because you never know how it's gonna end. It's your second chance, I guess you could say. Yeah. So we're flying. If you just joined us, I know I've been repeating this for you guys who've been here since the beginning, but I know people are constantly joining the stream and watching. But we just took off out of Berlin, Germany. We're headed towards St. Petersburg, Russia. Flight should be around an hour and a half, roughly. And we're flying in the Airbus A319 S7 livery, the S7 Airline. Going green today. Beautiful though. Looks great. Looks freaking great. You know what I should have said? I was like, you know what? Today we're flying the A350. Oh, and now my wife is calling. That's perfect. Well, we got to go to standby because I can't ignore this call. So hold on. Let me take this off of the screen. And mute myself.
After all that we've been through, I think it's fair from me to you. Watch it burn as we soar away. Hey, hey. After all is said and done, and I know I am the one, I have waited here forever. But all I know is what I'm told. This feeling cannot be controlled. Watch the stars when I am gone. Have faith in me, we will behold. The skies are cast, they are foretold. Watch the stars when I'm gone. When I am gone. You carry the world upon your shoulders, for I'm not the only one.
Alright, what's going on, guys? I am back. I am extremely sorry about that. I had to go on standby. I had to answer that call. She needed me to do her a favor. So she's actually still on the way. So I'll have to go again, probably in the next 10 to 15 minutes, I assume. But this flight's going to be going on for about an hour and 21. Thankfully, looks like we're still connected to the server and everything, even though I got that phone call. Thank you, Infinite Flight, for figuring that out. Because that could easily have crashed the app or something crazy like that. So, but we're still flying, we're still going. We might be a little bit behind some of you guys, since whenever you get out of Infinite Flight and answer a call, it would usually pause your game. And so yeah, before I think we were way up here somewhere, now we're back here, but that's okay. It's a good thing we got started early. I think we're still using nav mode. Yeah, we're good there. Like I said, I am going to have to like step away again, but I won't have to pause the game. The game will continue on, and I'll just have to leave and go downstairs and do some stuff. Or it won't take long, though. But again, apologize for that. Let's go ahead and shut the landing lights off. I've been really distracted. We're just about to reach our cruise. But again, don't worry, you didn't miss anything while I was gone. But it is still raining, so I'm hoping that the power holds up. We're not having issues with that or issues with internet. People always ask me, like, why don't you stream on weekends? You know, like when most gamers are free. And the reason is because stuff like that happens a lot more often. And whenever people are around, there's a lot more distractions, a lot more things trying to pull me away from the stream. I'm trying to work on that and get that fixed. Not fixed per se, but try to make it a way so that I can, have a dedicated time, dedicated space to stream on a regular basis, so that I can actually have a schedule. The schedule would be amazing. I don't like not having a schedule. But we're still departing to Berlin. I think we just reached our cruise. We're going Mach 0.78, and our planned cruising speed is Mach 0.80, and that is what we're gonna do for now, depending on spacing. If it gets crowded, we may speed up, we may slow down. So that's and then the same for you guys. Just try to space yourself out the whole way out there. We got about an hour and 19 minutes left in this flight. Just getting started here. Thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you guys so much for being patient. The unexpected, you can never really plan for the unexpected. You can just do your best and roll with it. Part of me was like, maybe I should just end the stream, but I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm gonna finish what I started. We're gonna make it happen. So let IFATC know we are on the way. Officially confirmed. We should have some really cool scenery out here. Hopefully you guys can't hear my TV in the background. I like it. I've never really flown in this specific region. I've never done this specific flight before. What's up, Landon Katsu? Good to see you. Let's do our shoutouts now, because you guys have waited long enough for that. So let's do it now. I do have charts on board, but there's not a lot of waypoints out there in Russia, so we might not be using most of them. FYI. Oops, that was the wrong button. Completely the wrong button. Actually, I'm gonna do the shoutouts after I get back. I'm gonna have to step away here in a second. So actually right now. So I'll be back. The flight will continue without me, and I'll be right back. So thank you guys for watching. All right. Thank you again for your patience. I am back for good now. And I'm happy. And you know why? Because she brought me lunch. I didn't have plans for lunch, but she brought me lunch, and it looks so good. So I might be munching on that while we're doing our flight for the in-flight food, in-flight dinner. But I'm back for good now. Back for good now. Should not be any more distractions or interruptions unless somebody calls me, in which I cannot predict. So we're in this thing. We're gonna try to finish this up. But now that I'm back, and we're almost to an hour, let's go ahead and do shout outs to everybody who is watching now. We didn't really do that at the beginning of the flight, so make sure you guys know you all appreciate it while I grub on these freaking ribs that she brought me. Man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm getting distracted already. Alright, so go ahead and leave me an emoji in the chat. And let's see, what can we say this time? Hold on. Before you do it, hold on. I gotta think of something for you guys to put. Tell me. Okay. I know. Tell me. Leave me an emoji and let me know what your favorite plane is. Your favorite aircraft. It can be a fighter aircraft, it can be an airliner, it can be a general aviation, whatever. That's how we're gonna do it this time. So go ahead and leave me an emoji and let me know what your favorite aircraft is, and we'll do that just like that. I like it. while I eat on these barbecue ribs. Oh yeah, this is good stuff right here. Graham Porter, what's up, man? A350 LH and SH. Hold on, you guys are going fast. Woo! Hold on. Mateus, good to see you, my friend. Leon Kiwi, the A320 family. Nerd21, A340. I think we're gonna have a lot of Airbus fans in here. Where my Boeing people at? Seneca, an A350. Starly, Airbus A350 as well. Tick Tick Pro. I think we're gonna hear A350 a lot. Gisela, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Expert King 557, Frontier Airlines. What's up, man? Arupa Paul, Boeing 777 fam. Cool, man. Like a boss 5669. Well, 5969. My favorite is a 777. That's a good plane. Orange Games A320. Oliver Crawford A350. Easy. Mateus says that his favorite is an A350 as well. Such a hard question, I know. For the Felicity, it's hard for me too. Mine is 787, which I'm surprised I have not heard a single person say their favorite aircraft is 787, because that thing is freaking beautiful. Matter of fact, my second favorite aircraft now that I have seen one in person is the 737 MAX. That thing is beautiful. Man, that thing is beautiful. I love it. M. Amar, favorite A350 trio. Plane emoji. High Air 757 and the A330. That is fitting. Aru Paul, what's up, man? Good to see you. Thank you for the wave. Thomas R says the TBM with a little winky face. Let's see about that. We might change some minds later on. Nagy 787 is his favorite. Aziz 777. Wavy King 777-800. Alfie Malak, what's up, man? I'm good. How are you doing? We're not going to go there, Starly. This is not an Airbus versus Boeing debate today. We're just kind of sharing our love for aviation and what things we like the most. Which planes we like the most. Felicity says A350 and the A320. High Air Boeing 737 MAX 10. Kevin Johansson A350 1000. Leon Kiwi says A320 and A350. The gear is just, oh my god. It seems like the Nerd 21 is the only one who prefers 787 over A350. You're not the only one, because I also prefer the 787 over the A350. But that might change my mind once they add that to Infinite Flight in the far future. Mateus, nobody knows when the next update is. Not even the beta testers. Well, they kind of know, but they can't tell us. I don't think they really know. M. Amar says Airbus Beluga. You have to have a special kind of taste for that thing to be your favorite aircraft. Trio says the C750. No, he says the TBM is your new favorite. You must be a tester as well. I think only people who have been testing the TBM and beta testing the TBM for Infinite Flight have a favorite aircraft as a TBM. Nobody else has a favorite aircraft as TBM. Trust me. Very few people, I should say. Not nobody, but just very, very few people. What's up, Joshua Price? Good to see you, man. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Max says his favorite is 787-900. Expert King 557. Airbus for life. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and skip to the current. Joshua Price also votes A350. Yeah, Mateus is a TBM, the new plane they're adding. It's coming up. I was surprised I didn't hear more A380s, man. There's an A380 right there. He says Nagy says his least favorite is the A380. I agree. I don't really like the A380 that much. It's not my least favorite. It's just not my favorite, and nowhere near it. Star Wars 777. Este juego es muy bueno. Yes, sí, I agree. I wish I knew how to say that in Spanish, but sí, I agree. Muchas gracias. Now we got the Boeing versus Airbus debate going in chat. I got you guys going today. I honestly am not really waiting for the 777X. I mean, I don't know a lot about it. Personally, I don't do a lot of research on planes, surprisingly. I just kind of learn a lot about current planes that are already out and in operation, you know. When it comes to stuff that comes out in the future, the only thing that I really followed before it came out was the F-35. That was something I was extremely interested in because it was a new fighter jet, and I have a huge love for fighter jets. Flying over the beautiful coast here. But other than that, I mean, I know the 777X exists, and it's you know it's on the way up, but I just don't know much about it, so I can't say that I'm like looking forward to it because I don't know anything about it except for somehow it has folding wings, and I'm like, why should I care about that? Oliver, what do I think about the CS A320? I need to Google that. What does that look like? what? A220? Was that? Let me see. I'm Googling it right now. Oh, that looks cool. I like it. Most of you guys who've been around the channel long enough, you know that I'm a very visual person. If the aircraft looks good, I like it. If it's ugly like a beluga, I don't like it. It's that simple. If the 787 did not exist, and if the 787 was not Boeing, I would probably, the A350 would be my favorite airplane. Because I do think the A350 is a beautiful plane. Don't get me wrong. I know I always say my favorite is Boeing 787, but that does not mean I don't love the A350 as well. I just, you know, I prefer the 787, but the A350 is a beautiful plane, and a lot of American airlines are picking them up, and I like that. I've never flown on one. I would love to fly on one someday. I would love to fly on one someday. Take a look at the map. We didn't really talk too much about the flight. We did a little bit. We're not even close to halfway. We're coming up 7 minutes to an hour. ETE. Again, if you just joined us, we took off out of Berlin, Echo Delta Delta Tango, and headed up to Uniform Lima Lima, India, which is, I believe, in Russia. St. Petersburg. Got a nice group with us today. I'll make sure to shout the rest of you guys out before we get out of here. Starley's back. I think he was here last week. We also got Walking Fruit and Graham Porter up there. Some of my moderators. Thank you guys for joining as well. Oh yeah, aviation chat's going heavy right now. So who likes sausage? I'm gonna mute myself while I take a bite out of this sausage so you don't have to listen to me chew. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. That's so good. Julius Oster, good to see you. Welcome. Paul, what's up, man? Make sure you say hi when you stop by. Adam, good to see you, bro. I don't remember saying your name earlier. Flare Force 1, what up? I have to say this, guys. So we were talking about this, and we were kind of debating in our Discord, which you can get the link from my moderator during the live stream. But we were debating over this, just talking about infinite flight in general. All right, we're just talking about infinite flight in general, and how, you know, we're all waiting for the TBM. I'm gonna be honest, I'm tired of waiting. I'm gonna be honest, infinite flight, I'm tired of waiting for the TBM. I think we all feel the same way. I think I'm speaking for everybody when I say we are tired of waiting for the TBM. And I know thank you, Chiwachi, for the subscription. Welcome to the Blue Air Royal family. That's first new sub of the day. Everybody hand clap for him. But what I'm saying is, I'm not. The way I am is I'm not the kind of person who's like angry at developers for not releasing content, except some exceptions. But this is not related to Infinite Flight. This is somebody else I'm thinking about. But the point is, TBM, I understand. when it comes to developing a new aircraft, when it comes to developing anything to add into the game, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of testing, it takes a lot of bug fixing, and I completely understand that, and I know that it is worth the wait. The thing is, the part that I don't like, and this is kind of my beef with all games in general. I mean, I'm talking about the big developers like freaking Red Dead Redemption with Rockstar, Call of Duty, Battlefield, whoever, Fallout. Like a lot of people, and I know there's a reason they do this. It's a strategy. It's a networking strategy. I just don't like it as a consumer. And the thing, and what that is I feel like they start promoting too early. You feel me? So like with the TBM, they've been hyping that thing up for a while, since Flight SimCon. We're like, oh cool, there's a new TBM coming out. They had no release date. We're like, okay, well that's normal. You know, they usually give us a little piece of something and be like, yeah, we're doing this, but we don't know when we're gonna give it to you. And we're like, oh great, I want it now. Now that you showed it to me, now that you showed me that it's amazing, I want it, but I can't have it. And it's like they use that emotion, that the fact that you can't have it yet, to keep you hanging. You know, it's kind of like watching The Walking Dead or a TV show, and at the end of the TV show it leaves you wondering with so many questions. I feel like that's what a lot of game developers are doing to us. But anyways, the TBM specifically, I feel like personally that they promoted that a little too early, and I feel like they hyped it up. I feel like we got to the climax of the hype of the TBM, like basically thinking it was gonna come out like a week ago, and it didn't come out. And so now we're just like, okay, when is it gonna come out? Like, what are we doing here? You know, and so it's at a point where you start to not appreciate what you have. You know what I'm saying? It's like if they had never announced that a new TBM was coming out, we might enjoy the wing flex and the Airbus a little bit more. We might enjoy the CRJs for a little bit longer. But because we knew even before CRJ came out that there's a TBM coming out, we don't even care about the CRJ anymore. We just want the TBM. I don't know. So I don't know if anybody else agrees with me, or you guys can tell me what your thoughts on that is, on how you feel about like that. Like DCS World is a perfect example. The F-18 was hyped up for so freaking long. When it came out, it was great. It was definitely worth the wait. It was definitely a great product, but now I feel like nobody cares anymore. Like the hype just went up and then it dropped. Even though the plane is still great, the sim is great. Everything about it is great. Once you get plugged into that, it's like it's addiction. If you can't, it's hard to stop flying that thing. But I don't know. I haven't been flying it that much, surprisingly. Yeah, Paul, I know people keep saying TBM is gonna be so cool. I know. I'm just tired of waiting. I'm just saying. I'm just speaking my mind. I'm just kind of trying to figure out what you guys are feeling as well. What you think. I mean, I know like the beta testers, you guys been flying it. And I think the community is definitely gonna receive it. I'm excited about the community being excited about a general aviation aircraft. I'm all about general aviation. I love general aviation. And I'm glad they're showing some love to general aviation, bringing a new high quality general aviation aircraft for us to fly. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I'm excited about the new engine sounds, to be honest. I am huge on audio, like for real. When I heard that, when I heard that the new engine sound, I was like, oh yeah, okay, cool. The thing about it, so like whenever they announce new features like a new engine, I know a lot of people don't really get that excited about it. I do, because I'm big on it. Like when I fly X-Plane, I make sure to get custom like newer custom engine sounds for my planes. For example, the Airbus A320 by Flight Factor. If you get the default one that you buy already, it sounds good. It sounds really good. But when you buy the DLC for the DLC with the extra sound pack, oh my god, it sounds so much good. It sounds so good, and it brings so much immersion. It makes you just appreciate it so much. It just it sounds so good. But yeah, so what was I don't even know what I was talking about. I lost my train of thought. But yeah, engine sounds, I'm excited. But no, so what I was saying was, what makes me excited about the TBM having engine sound. So I talked about this in the CRJ. When we saw the quality of the CRJ and we saw that all the buttons in the CRJ are all 3D buttons. So that means that Infinite Flight is already working on getting like clickable cockpits and stuff like that. They're already working on the modeling for that. You know what I mean? They may not be there yet. It may not come out for a long time or a while, but at least right now they're already thinking ahead. They're already creating all the aircraft so that they can be integrated with a clickable cockpit in the future, which is shown in the CRJ, it's shown in the MD-11, and it's probably shown in aircraft even farther back than that they've already modeled the interiors to be ready for those features. The engine sound makes me excited because if they can put a new engine sound in the TBM, if they can put a new engine sound in the 737, in the A320, in the A350 when that eventually comes out, you know, in all the new aircraft, maybe that means that means that the TBM is the first of many aircraft to get an engine upgrade. What do you think about that? So I'm excited about that. Because TBM, yeah, it's a general aviation aircraft. It's gonna sound good. I don't know. Again, I'm not a beta tester. I'm not in the end. I don't know anything more than you guys know. I probably know less than you guys know, and I don't know if the other general aviation aircraft gonna get a boost. It sounds like this time they actually used legit real engine audio. I remember in an interview they did a while back where they said they used like a vacuum. I don't know. They basically bootlegged the sound to get it the way it is now in some of the planes, and so that's obviously why it's not very realistic. But yeah, so I'm excited about that. I'm excited about hoping for new engine sounds in our other aircraft. I know they're working on a lot of reworks and stuff like that, so I'm excited about them bringing some new and improved engine sounds to the other aircraft, and that'll definitely be a game changer. So you're gonna want to turn your audio up for that for sure. 3D terminals, I don't know when that's ever gonna come, but that'd be cool. I'm a hype merchant. I don't know what that means. What does that mean, Seneca? A lot of people are also talking about, and I hope the developers know about this, if they just happen to be watching. I don't know if they ever watch these things, but if they happen to be watching, I hope they know that X-Plane is working on global themselves, and it's going to be a huge competitor for Infinite Flight. I've already heard a lot of people talking about, you know, what's going to happen when X-Plane gets the globe figured out. I already know what it's going to look like. It's going to look just like X-Plane on it's going to look just like X-Plane on PC, basically, like the scenery. It's not going to be HD scenery like we have in Infinite Flight. I'm pretty sure, and I guarantee it, it's not going to be like in Infinite Flight we have the photoreal scenery. In X-Plane, they have basically what Infinite Flight had before global, which was reproduced scenery. Is like, okay, they're going to use this code on this mountain, is going to have this type of texture on it. On this grass, it's going to have this kind of texture on it. This farmland is going to have this kind of texture on it. It wasn't real photorealistic scenery, and even X-Plane Mobile now does not have photorealistic scenery except for in its demo areas, its small demo areas. So I mean, a lot of people were excited about X-Plane Mobile doing doing global and whatnot. But I still feel like even with X-Plane, in my own opinion, nothing to get X-Plane. You guys know I love X-Plane. I'm huge on X-Plane on PC. That's my preferred sim. That's what I spend all my time on, the majority of my time on. But I don't really use mobile all that much. But I know that even with them adding global, it's going to be a lonely world if they don't add multiplayer, a good multiplayer. So we'll see. And hey, I'm getting a phone call again. We're going to ignore that and have to call him back. I'm about to send him a text from my computer. Yay! What is it about this? I don't understand. I'm on airplane mode too. Last week we talked about finding ways to get people to stop calling me and stream, and I'm using airplane mode right now, and I'm still getting phone calls, even though I'm on Wi-Fi. Let me text him, let him know. I'm gonna call him back after we finish the stream. But sorry about that, guys. Sorry about all the interruptions today. I don't know what's up. It's like, honestly, the way it is, I try to stream as soon as I can in the day, like usually in the morning, because I know the later in the day it gets, the more interruptions I will eventually get, because people are awake, people are working, people are doing things, people need things, they have questions, you know. So yeah, it's definitely inconvenient for me in the stream. I basically would ignore anybody who calls except for my wife because she's more important, you know. I'm telling you guys, I have airplane mode on right now, which is supposed to be more secure than do not disturb, and I'm still getting phone calls. I am using Wi-Fi, so that's probably why. and I have an iPhone, so. What's interesting, higher, but I'm not getting an Android. Can I do infinite flight unknown battleground? What does that mean, Expert King? What is that? That's good to hear, Julius Oster. That's really good to hear. They're planning on doing some terminals. I mean, I think with terminals, I feel like would be, I'm not gonna say simple. I'm not gonna say doing terminals is simple because I'm not a developer. I don't know how hard it is. But I feel like just doing some generic terminals would be pretty cool. You know, the same terminals can kind of load everywhere, kind of like how X-Plane on PC does it. Kind of like how most PC sims do it. Again, we're comparing a PC sim to a mobile sim. There's a lot of different limitations there. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure that the team has already thought of all this stuff. So I mean, like, we're bringing it up and whatnot, but like, this is not news. You know, like, they already know all these things. They're probably doing the best they can. It's probably on the list of things to do. So I mean, we can keep reminding them if they want, but I'm not gonna be that guy. I do remember Expert King. Oh yeah, I remember Expert King. Now you're talking about when we did that dogfight, that free for all dogfight. Yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Victor Alert, we'll be landing in about an hour. I feel like this flight's going really slow. Is it just me, or are we going really slow? I'm probably gonna speed up. How are we doing on traffic here? You guys are looking pretty good, except for these two. But other than that, everybody looking good. You guys doing a great job on spacing. So I'll give you guys another reminder on that. 10 miles of spacing between you and the guy ahead, if at all possible. And make sure that that spacing is established before we reach the approach controller. And I think we just died. Yes, we did. I might have flew through him though. So if I flew through you, I apologize. But I blame you because I changed my altitude to avoid that situation. Anyways. But yeah, I mean, I didn't mean to fly through you on purpose. I mean, I didn't mean to fly through you. That was not my intention, of course. Godly Director, what's up, man? Headshot, how do I know that X-Plane Mobile is working on global? It's actually, they did a live stream. How long was it ago? A couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, max. They did a live stream on YouTube just talking about X-Plane development in general. They did a live Q&A, and me and some of the, well, not some, but a lot of the other Infinite Flight community people were watching the live stream, and we were all telling each other, hey, go ask about mobile to see what they're going to do on mobile. And so they kind of forced the developers to answer and start talking about mobile. They were already going to talk about mobile anyways, but they were really trying to, you know, get all the information out they could get. Yeah, so it was actually in a live stream. The live stream is still up on the X-Plane channel. They talk about all the future plans for X-Plane, the near future plans, as well as they talk about X-Plane trying to go global. So there's probably a post somewhere on the internet about it too. But that's how I know. Hope that answers your question. Alright, I'm going to mute myself again while I take another bite out of these ribs. What up, Laser Gamer? Welcome back, bro. Good to see you. Man, these ribs are good. I need some barbecue sauce. Who said airplane food had to be bad? Who's it at? So I got a new airplane on X-Plane. I got the PC-12. I just actually downloaded it early this morning. And for some of you guys who don't know much about a lot of GA aircraft, the PC-12 looks just like the TBM. The only difference is the tail of it. It has a wing on the top of the vertical stabilizer instead of in the middle thing. So kind of like the back of it looks like the elevator is where it is on like a MD-80, rather than on like Airbus has it right in the middle of the fuselage. So it's very, very similar. A lot of people get them mixed up. I know I got them mixed up a lot in the beginning, and then I realized that they're different. But I've had a PC-12 before, and I just had to upgrade it to the X-Plane 11 version. I had the X-Plane 10 version. But what's crazy is that the PC-12 actually used to be my favorite GA aircraft for a long time, until I discovered the King Air B-20. And now that is probably my favorite general aviation aircraft, not including like private business jets. So that does not include business jets. But in all the general aviation, the King Air is definitely my favorite, particularly the 200 and 350, not the C90. I'm not a big fan of the C90 King Air. But the Pilatus PC-12 was definitely my favorite before then. But now getting it again, we'll see. I haven't really got to do a lot of flights with it yet. It's been a busy day with working and whatnot, and I didn't really get to do a flight today. And now we're flying on infinite flight, so I haven't done any flights on X-Plane. The thing that sucks about PC sims a lot of times is you spend a lot of time setting things up. I don't know if anybody else flies P3D or X-Plane and understand this is one huge advantage that Infinite Flight has on PC sims, and the fact that PC sims is basically you just turn it on and you go. You know, you could draw a straight line from point A to point B if you want to. You don't have to be as realistic with your flight plans as we are in our flights. You can say, I'm gonna fly from Berlin to London Heathrow, point a line there, take off the runway, you're good. When you're on P3D, X-Plane, you're trying to be realistic. You gotta start the plane from cold and dark. You gotta learn how to start it. You gotta make sure the freaking pressurization is working, that the engines will start, all kind of stuff. It'll take me, and you guys know if you watch my X-Plane streams, it takes me sometimes an hour just to get off the ground, and that's sometimes not even including the actual flight planning itself. So that's a huge advantage that Infinite Flight has on PC sims, is how quick you can get in the air and get going. Obviously in the PC sims you can do the same thing. You can hop in the airport and just have your aircraft already started, like pre-started when you log in. I'm just not that kind of, that's not my gaming style. I like to jump in a plane, it'd be completely off, completely cold, completely dark. I go in there, turn all the switches, and it's kind of part of my experience that I enjoy whenever I'm flying in a sim. But yeah, for the PC-12, I haven't got to fly it yet today. I did a test flight around Seattle, but I haven't really done a full flight yet. So I'll probably do that maybe this weekend, but there's some other games that released today that I have not played yet either. So I have some catching up to do. Plus I got a lot of videos to edit, so I'm busy. I'm busy. I have some Infinite Flight video ideas I need to finish and work on. Hopefully maybe I can get something done next week. We'll see. I'm not making any promises for sure. Yeah, somebody asked what is a TBM. I would search it. Go on Google, search TBM. Was it 930? It's a general aviation single prop aircraft. It's really fast. It's very efficient. It's actually a very good plane. Very, very good plane for charter companies and things like that. It'll definitely be pretty fun to fly. Some people were not too hype about the TBM coming out because it's like, basically right now we're at 33,000 feet, right? And the scenery looks amazing, period, right? Once we get down to around, I don't know, 3,000, 5,000, the lower like general aviation altitudes that you usually fly at, the lower ones, not the high ones, the scenery doesn't look that amazing. You know, it's a little bit more blurry from that close up. And so that's one reason a lot of people were not so hyped about the TBM. The thing is, though, the TBM is actually really quick and it can fly really high. Matter of fact, we could fly at this same altitude in a TBM 930. Not as fast as an Airbus, but we'll be going pretty quickly still. And that's the great thing. I think that's the main reason that Infinite Flight decided to add the TBM 930 is because it's general aviation, yes. They want to build the general aviation community. They want to build general aviation interests. And this is not a quote. I'm just guessing. But it's quick. It's fast. You know, and they know that their audience is more in the airliners, more in the fast aircraft. And the TBM is fast. The TBM will have a new engine sound. Thank you, Charlie, for posting that link. And yes, the developers have been hinting at the A350. We do not know when that will be released. Nick Gaming, if you don't like Infinite Flight, then you don't have to play it. Not my problem, it's yours. Catterick, Yayo, we still have 45. I really feel like the time is going so slow right now. What is up with that? We got a tailwind. Only going 474 knots. Every time I look at the time, it's like it's been like 5 minutes. We're cruising, we're talking. So feel free to ask questions, because eventually I'm gonna run out of things to talk about. I'll eventually get a face camera. I actually want to get one. I don't have one yet. Nicey, it's night somewhere. It's actually, if I go to real time in Berlin, it is dark. So I love it when people go. I love it when people comment on my Friday Night Flight streams like, "Why is it not nighttime?" I'm like, because it's not night where I am. It's night somewhere else. And none of us would enjoy this flight if it was completely nighttime. We would be looking at a black screen. Who wants to do that? But appreciate your concern, Nicey. Is it really the fastest single prop plane in the world? I didn't know that. That's news to me. What up, Rob? Good to see you, man. Welcome back. From Frankfurt Airport. Nice, bro. Where you headed? When did they hint the A350 in multiple Twitter posts and things like that? Nothing confirmed like when it's gonna come out and then like that. Yeah, the night flying needs a lot of work in Infinite Flight. They made a huge step when they moved to global with the new lighting and whatnot, but it's still a long way to go. But as I was talking to the people on my Discord the other day, compared to most games, Infinite Flight has actually put out a lot of releases within the last year. Think about this. Infinite Flight Global is still not an entire year old. Infinite Flight Global was released to the public in October of last year. It's not even been a year, and they released the MD-11 since then. They released all the CRJs since then. And what else did they do? The TBM is going to be coming out, hopefully before the global anniversary. What else? What other updates did they bring? They've been continually adding more and more airports. It's a little thing that most people don't even notice, but they're continuing to add more and more airports. They're updating the nav data. They added wing flex to the Airbuses. Oh yeah, they added a lot of liveries. Yeah, so they've done a lot. They've put out about 4, and don't quote me on this, but I think like 4 or 5 updates since Global was released in October last year. What's up, Nathan? Good to see you, man. Welcome back, bro. We were just talking about the PC-12 before you came in. You missed it. But yeah, I mean, you can't say I mean, a lot of people complain about how long it takes the developers to come out with updates, but yo, they've been working their freaking tail off, so definitely show those guys some appreciation. And I'm not kissing their butts right now, but I'm serious. Like, I know what it's like. I mean, I'm not a developer, but I do work on like production type stuff, and it's hard because a lot of the things that they're doing, they have no idea how to do, you know, and so they're learning as they go. They're not getting help from laminar research. I don't assume, you know, they're not getting help from some of the bigger companies. They're a small company and they're learning it on, you know, learning it as they go, and still being able to bring it to us in a pretty good amount. Will I ever fly to Raleigh, Durham, and Infinite Flights or X-Plane? Yeah, I will. For a stream, I don't know when. I can't tell you when I'll be flying there, but I might. I have flown. I've actually flown to Raleigh, Durham before in X-Plane, but I didn't stream it. It was for a flight sim economy flight a while back in that area. Like the aircraft that they add to X-Plane for DLC, those guys will be working on those for multiple years. You know what I mean? Like they'll be developing those planes from start to finish for a couple years to get out. So I mean, it takes a while to add a new aircraft. Like even X-Plane Mobile and X-Plane on PC, they have not released a new plane. They have not released a new free aircraft created by Laminar since X-Plane 11 released. Oh, like that was definitely a year ago or more. And they've been working on other stuff, but they haven't, you know, added any new airplanes. South American scenery is coming next. Oh yeah, I forgot we don't have that yet. Oh yeah, they added Africa. That's another thing that they added in the last year. They added the whole continent of Africa. Oh no, not the whole thing. Was it the whole thing? I can't remember. Should they add grade 6? That's a great question. What would be the reason to have a grade 6? Would they have like another server? Would they raise the bar for making an expert server if they added a grade 6? What would be the reason for adding a grade 6? I never heard about that before. XNG Gaming, I am all for night lighting and stuff like that, but I think they need to have buildings first to get that to work. AJ Khan, what's up, man? I'm good. Welcome to the stream. A380 coming to P3D. Surprised they didn't already have one. Eighth, and you're flying a DC-6 right now? Dope, bro. Yeah, I haven't got to fly that PC-12 yet, bro. I got everything set up. I spent, like, you know how it is sometimes. You spend hours just setting crap up, updating crap. And I spent a long time. I didn't get to do the flight that I had planned to do. I had to go to the gym this morning. But I'm looking forward to my PC-12 flight. I didn't realize that you had 10 seats in that thing. I think it's definitely a moneymaker for flight sim economy. So definitely excited about flying that for Blue Arrow Charters. I haven't talked to the community about this yet, but in my own personal X-Plane news, me and Nathan actually have partnered for Blue Arrow Charters on FS Economy, and we're definitely accepting new pilots. But that's only for FS Economy, and that's on X-Plane, P3D, and FSX. So don't ask to be, you know, added to Blue Arrow Charters if you're not on FS Economy. It's not an infinite flight thing at all. But with that, we may be inheriting some more assets. That's all I'm going to say right now. But yeah, pretty excited about that new venture. That should be starting pretty soon, probably in the next week. So I'll probably do some recording on that. And then with SimBuddy, I have I think about 3 or 4 parts series I'll be posting. Is not going to be a live stream because the flights are a bit too long for me to live stream them. But it's nothing like crazy, but something I'm just doing, and I think you guys might enjoy it. That's for SimBuddy though. But you guys can also join my SimBuddy airline. You can check those SimBuddy videos out for those links and whatnot. Landon, why don't I play on an iPad? It's bigger. I don't have an iPad. If you buy me an iPad, I will love to fly on an iPad. Matter of fact, if I had an iPad, I still don't even know if I would fly on an iPad, because my screen would be shaped a whole lot different. I don't know how that would look for stream. I don't know. When I got my iPhone 10, it threw me for a curve because the iPhone 10 is wider than like 1080. So what you see on your screen now is actually the whole screen, but I added black bars to the top and bottom to fit the whole thing, because I could have like scaled it up to fill the whole screen, but then it would cut off some of the UI. So I had to work with what I got, and I also added that bar on the bottom. I don't usually talk about this, but I'm giving you guys an insider. I added that bar on the bottom with my social media information, not only for promotion, but to cover the home button. So or the home button on the touchscreen, it does not disappear. Infinite flight, I think you can get rid of that. Just a little, just to let you know, if you could do that for us iPhone 10 users, that would be amazing, because I don't need to be reminded how to go back to the home screen. I know how to do it already. So if you could like just get rid of that, because other apps do it, I would love it. Just saying, little request. That's a good question. Is IFATC on? Because people are saying that Slack is not working. Yeah, I do kind of. I've always thought about it. Like, I would like to have a second mobile device just for like gaming and for infinite flight. I mean, honestly, I would probably do infinite flight with it and then let my wife use it for the rest of the time, because she likes to play a lot of games on her phone. So I'll let her probably use it for the rest of the time, and I'll just use it for infinite flight, because we wouldn't have the problem with people calling me. At least I don't think we would. We're 36 minutes out. Still not time to descend. Screen will be bigger. It would look nicer for me. It would look the same for you guys. Maybe a little less good. I don't know. The iPhone 10 is newer. I don't know how technology is with the iPad, the newest iPad, like how well that does as far as specs and whatnot. I'm not sure how they compete against each other. Vlogging at Charlie, what's up, man? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Trio, what's up? I didn't say hi to you. I know you've been in here for a while. I just want to say hi. Do we have ATC still? We do. Oh, look at this beautiful, organized-ish line. Good job, guys. Good job. Love it, love it, love it. The great thing about having music playing in the background when I fly like this is that I cannot say things for like five seconds and it's not awkward. I love it. So I've been playing Battlefield 5 beta. So if you're into that kind of thing, Battlefield 5 is an open beta and it's free to download on console and PC. So last night or yesterday sometime I downloaded it, and me and Giovanni, Find Your Passion, we've been playing it a little bit. It's been crashing for him for some reason. I don't know what's up with that. He hasn't really been able to play it all that much because it keeps crashing on him. For me, I haven't had a single crashing issue. It's been working perfectly for me. I've been dying a lot. I'm debating on whether or not I should post a video I recorded. I recorded just in case I want to post it, but I haven't decided whether I want to post it or not. So I was like, I'm gonna record it, and then later I'll decide if I want to post it. So I mean, I don't usually post shooters. I did Rainbow Six a while back, just for fun. So we'll see. Graham Porter, actually, I was working on Motivational Quote, so thank you for the reminder. I am working on that. Expert King, great question. How did I start my YouTube? I haven't been asked that in a while. It all started with GTA 5. It all started with GTA 5. I made my channel for the purpose of just being able to show my friends the videos that I made in GTA 5. That was the only reason. I didn't know how to get the videos off of my PS4 to like my phone or anywhere else. So I was like, I'm just gonna upload to YouTube on a different account and show it to my friends, like in person. Like I wasn't even sending links. I was like, hey, look at this on my phone. You know, that was it. So I wasn't really trying to be a YouTuber. You know, that wasn't my goal at the time. Obviously, I love gaming. I love motivation. That's always been me. Yeah, my first video I think was a GTA 5 landing tutorial. It's actually pretty hilarious. It was actually a horrible landing too. Just funny. But yeah, so start with that, and then after that, I did some NASCAR Heat 1, like the first NASCAR Heat game. I did some recordings of that, some live streams of that. I did. I think that was it. Just GTA and NASCAR at the time. I didn't have X-Plane. I didn't have a PC strong enough to record or stream X-Plane or any flight simulator. So the beginning of my channel was just console games, just console streams of stuff that I was playing. It wasn't really a big deal. I didn't have a really good headset or microphone or anything like that. They're still there. If you want to watch them, they're still there. I don't recommend it. Actually, the only video I would recommend you go watch is my lowrider video. I'm actually pretty proud of that one. Some of my later GTA 5 videos, like using the Rockstar editor, were a lot of fun to me. It was just kind of like a really good way to waste time and still be creative. I like being creative, and so like it's weird that I still do things creative in game when my job is to be creative. So I don't know. It's a good exercise of creativity. So today's motivational quote of the day is, "My life is shaped by my thoughts." My life is shaped by my thoughts. What does that mean? You know what it means. I don't have to explain it. I'm just kidding. So what that means is the way you think on a regular basis is going to shape the way your life goes. If like you're always thinking negative, if you always doubting yourself, if you never believe in yourself, if you're always, you know, indecisive, you know, if you're always putting yourself down, putting other people down, like that's probably the way your life is gonna trend. Like a lot of things are not gonna go your way because you always find an excuse for everything you do. Instead of actually fessing up to the mistakes you've made, you blame other people on those mistakes. Therefore, you keep making those mistakes because you never think they're your fault, so you never change. But just in a lot of ways. I mean, if you think a lot about, you know, we always relate to aviation, obviously. If you always think about aviation and being a pilot and you know, you're doing flight sim, so your mind is always on flights and that, and eventually you're gonna be a pilot. It's just gonna happen. Like, it's just the way, like, it's just gonna end up that way. You're gonna be a pilot, or you're gonna do something aviation related or something. You know, I'm not saying everybody who thinks about aviation and aircraft are gonna be a pilot. What I'm saying is, if you keep thinking about that and you keep filling yourself with positive thoughts of like being a pilot. If you're not saying like, oh, well, I love aviation, I love being a pilot, but I'll never make it. Like, I'm never gonna be able to do that. I'm never gonna be past that test. Like, then no, you're not gonna make it. That's just how it's gonna be. Same with like anything else that you want to do in life. Like, you gotta believe in yourself, man. You gotta. I mean, there's gonna be some things when you actually do get lucky breaks, but for the most part, you really gotta go for it. Find your passion. What up, bro? I like that. He who says he can and he who says he can't are both usually right. That is true, bro. Appreciate you for posting that. I'm gonna say it again. He who says he who says he can and he who says he can't are both right. If you say you can't do it, you're probably not gonna be able to do it. Samuel, what's up, man? Sarah, welcome to the stream. Marquise Carter, what's up, man? I'm doing well. How are you? Somebody asked me, I thought I saw somebody ask me which if I liked. Yeah, which do you like better, FSX 2018 or X-Plane 11? There is no FSX 2018, it's just FSX. But yeah, I like X-Plane 11 better. And always will, unless they make a huge change, but I doubt, because there's no support for FSX anymore. Now P3D. Yes, you can. Oh, that's amazing, Altitude 247. He says, I'm 17 and have dreamed of becoming a pilot. My dream came true when I just recently got a scholarship from AOPA for flight training. That's amazing, bro. I'm happy for you. Proud of you, bro. Liam, what's up, man? Good to see. Uh-oh. Fire Passion says NASCAR Heat 3 is done downloading. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. You guys know I've been super hyped for that. I've been trying my hardest not to talk about it this whole stream. But since somebody in the chat brought it up, mine also has finished downloading. Before I started streaming, I opened it just to watch the intro and tease myself a little bit more. P3D or X-Plane 11? I choose X-Plane 11 personally, but I know a lot of people like P3D. Both are great sims. You can't go wrong going either way, but I definitely think X-Plane is the best way to go if it's your first sim. But if it's your first sim, you probably won't go to the other. I'm just saying that as well. But yeah, as soon as I finish this stream, I'm hopping on NASCAR Heat 3. I may or may not stream it. I don't know. We'll see. It depends. It depends. But I will be playing NASCAR Heat 3. Believe it at. So if you're going to be home, Giovanni, we'll be landing in about 30 minutes depending on ATC. Hopefully we're kind of light today. We're not as crowded as usual. We're kind of light today, so we might get on the ground a little bit sooner. And ATC got us on the ground pretty quickly last week, but I'll say 30, max 35 minutes depending if everything goes smooth. I'll be on NASCAR Heat 3 because I am a huge racing fan, as you guys know. And I was trying so hard. I was like, man, I really want to play the game, but at the same time, I really need to stream Infinite Flight Friday Night Flight today. And I almost chose NASCAR Heat over Friday Night Flight. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it for you guys. I'm doing it for you guys. I play F1 2018 on my PC. Oh, you'll be here? Okay. Sounds good to me, bro. Sounds good to me. I'm excited. I'm excited. I've been waiting a long time, bro. I'm upset. I'm gonna talk about this if we stream on NASCAR too. But NASCAR Heat 3 came out last night at midnight, as all games do. And for consoles, they were out. People were playing. People were on Twitch streaming, enjoying it. And then for us PC gamers, they freaking left us out. And it didn't come out until 11 a.m. my time. And yeah. And I was right before I started streaming. So I was a little sour and upset about that because it made the PC gamers wait longer. I ain't like that. Spider-Man also came out today. I'm probably not going to be playing that game. Most likely I won't. But I heard it's a really good game. I heard it should be the best Spider-Man game ever. Should be. We shall see. Oh, great. It just says Steam. Dr. Sarge MD, a.k.a. Giovanni, a.k.a. Firing Passion, is now playing NASCAR E3. Let's change the subject. No, that's not always true. Walking through, sometimes console gets things first. It depends. If it's a console, like if the game is primarily made for console, a lot of times it'll come out on console first before it comes out on PC. But it depends on developers. I'm still praying to God that Red Dead Redemption 2 will come to PC. So far, we have not heard any announcements about it coming to PC. You guys know that's, besides NASCAR Heat, Red Dead Redemption is the next big release I am looking forward to, along with Fallout 76. And I've talked about this in every live stream since it's been announced. How are we doing? We do need to descend soon. I have the charts. I am, yeah, okay, I'll get them. Dang it. I was like, I don't really feel like doing that right now, but I guess I have to get the charts and be mature. Okay, so uniform, Lima, India, St. Petersburg, and let's start looking at the weather and stuff. So it looks like the weather is unavailable because it says green everywhere, or weather is variable or very low. All right, so we have wind is 060 at 2 knots, visibility is 6 statute miles. See if we can look at the actual weather here. Can't tune into the ATIS just yet. We got Adam on ground and tower, and we got Carl on approach. We got some that's a 172 doing pattern work, it looks like. Looks like they're landing towards the east. Yes, they are, and they're departing on both runways. So there's not really any telling which one we're gonna get until we listen to the ATIS. We'll be landing either 10 left or 10 right. Waiting for my approach charts to load up. I'm not going to be looking for waypoints specifically because I know that waypoints are not really working. Starley says to descend 140 nautical miles out at 1,800 feet per minute to 16. Bro, you're freaking, yes, we're doing that. That way I ain't got to do math. I'm being lazy today. So we're going to do that. I'm just going to do, because Starley's basically, yeah, he knows what he's talking about most of the time. So 140 nautical miles out, which is in 20 miles. We descend at 1,800 feet per minute down to 16,000. And that sounds good to me. As I eat my sausage and my ribs, I'm going to eat myself here for a second. Vlogging Charlie, yes, you can copy flight plans in game. It's the easiest way to copy use somebody else's flight plan. If somebody else created it for you, or if you're just flying with somebody else's, it's the easiest way to fly together is to copy their flight plan. If you just click on them and hit copy flight plan. Kieran, A and G, I don't know who either of those people or things are. I am sorry. Tom All Player, what's up, man? Yes, guys, I'm going to repeat it one more time. Please maintain 10 miles at least separation against a person ahead of you before we get to the approach controller's airspace, which is around this area somewhere. We're coming up on 140 knots, nautical miles. I'm going to not descend, but I'm going to lower my altitude to 16,000 in preparation for our descent. I'm going to zero out of vertical speed until we get to 140 nautical miles. Thank you, It's Demon, for the subscription. Welcome to the Blue Arrow Royal family. Welcome to the fan, welcome to the fan. Welcome to the fan, welcome to the fan. Hey. Sounds good, Starlight. Appreciated it. Rome's, thank you, man, for joining. Yeah, hopefully it'll be a good one and a good landing. I hope for the best. I'll since the winds are pretty low, I'll try to land it by hand again and see if we can get a smooth. We had a pretty smooth landing last time. People was hating on it, but I thought it was pretty good. We'll be looking at the TCAS here in a bit to make sure we're spaced out as well. Again, since one thing I said at the beginning of the stream is I'm gonna try to fly by example, and if I tell you to do something, I'm gonna try to make sure that I am as well abiding by the same rules and doing the same thing. So 10 mile spacing at least from you and the guy ahead of you. That means the guy ahead of me, I need to be 10 miles behind him as well. So we may have to slow down. I'm not sure what the spacing looks like. I don't see anybody ahead of us right at this moment, but it could be. We're starting our descent now, so trade tables up. Okay, here we go. 1,000. I'm gonna go. We missed it by about 10 miles. I'm gonna go 100 feet beyond what we said. So 1,900 feet per minute down to 16,000 feet, and that'll be good. Spacing. Let's take a look at our spacing. We look really good ahead of us, actually. Sky Screw is way up ahead of us, so we're looking really good ahead of us. So the guys behind me, that's Siberian, 2E87, and a few other guys. If you guys could start slowing down I'm going to maintain my same speed as we descend to help and allow you guys to get spaced out behind me. So again, space yourself from the person ahead of you. And I do greatly appreciate that, guys. Great. Thank you. ATC will also thank you for being civilized. Somebody was complaining about the cockpit lighting earlier, and it depends on what you're flying. The A320 actually has decent interior cockpit lights, as well as the 787, and all the new planes do too. The older ones, like the 737, the really old ones, you know, they all don't have any interior lights at night. And yes, it is definitely not that as enjoyable flying without any cockpit lights. It is it's a little bit like being escorted. It's true, Demon. Marquise Carter, we're headed to St. Petersburg, Russia. I mentioned earlier I don't really fly in Russia all that much, except for in DCS World, which one of their maps is based in Russia. That's probably the most time I ever spend in Russia in the air is on DCS World doing training missions in the F-18, F-15, F-5. Sometimes I fly the chopper too. I want to do a chopper. How interested are some of you guys? I know probably very few of you. But how interested are you guys seeing me fly a helicopter? I've been flying on my own. I haven't done a single stream of me flying a helicopter before, but I've been flying and trying to get better at it. It's really tough. It's really tough. I feel like flying a helicopter is so much harder than flying a plane. And people who do fly helicopters may disagree. I don't know, but I feel like personally, especially when you've been like flying planes or learning how the physics work with flying a plane all your life, and then you switch to a helicopter, it's completely opposite. You have to relearn how to fly all over again. Infinite Flight 737. How do I do my flight plan? I use a Starly app. He helps me with our flight plans each flight. Either him or one of my other mods, they help me with my flight plans. I know how to make them, but they just, you know, they take some of the load off of me. I try to do my best to get the stream started on time and get them up in my random times, and they help me get the flight plans ready. So big thank you to all the mods. I haven't given you guys a shout out on live in a while, so thank you to all the mods for helping me out and helping build the channel, helping keep things organized, keeping the chat clean, keeping all the trolls out, and as well as all the things you guys do behind the scenes as well that are not live, you know, like for example helping me with the flight plans and stuff like that. So appreciate you guys so much. I do appreciate it. Yeah, the Starly app. We need to make a Starly app. Seriously, Starly, we need to make an app that makes flight plans and call it the Starly app. It'll also have a descent calculator on it. What do you think about that? Any developers out there want to help us make that? We'll just call it the Infinite Flight Starly app. Matter of fact, it won't even just be Infinite Flight. It can be for everybody. It can just be an app in general for anybody who flies anything. You can just fly. I think we should make a Starly app. We should all vote for that. I don't know how to make apps, but if you do, hit me up. Make it happen. I'm not kidding. You think I'm kidding? I ain't kidding. Rome's, when is the next X-Plane video? I don't know. I was hoping to get one out this week or last week. I've been saying that for 2 weeks. So I'm behind. I'm really behind. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm a bit behind on the videos I've been wanting. But I have a long list of videos that I want to create, and I am very behind. So pray for me. What is a flight plan name? What does that mean? Logging, you can code websites. What does that mean exactly? Because it could be very helpful, but I just want to know what exactly does that mean by you can code websites. So I can make a website as well, but I cannot code a website. I usually use something else that codes it for me, and I just do the design. Nathan, what about Grand Canyon? Looks good, right? Did you get it installed? The pilot that flies, welcome back, bro. Don't worry, you can watch it back from the beginning if you want. Oh, the app name for the flight plan. We were kidding. The Starly app does not currently exist. But there are websites that you can use. Check the Infinite Flight community forums. There's a lot of links and references to where you can do your flight plans. I also have 2 videos talking about how I started doing my flight plans. There are more ways to do them than what I show in the video, but the video is still relevant. We should, Nathan. We should. We definitely should. I wanted to do the Grand Canyon flight on X-Plane to celebrate us finishing the VFR ratings, but since now we're doing the I ratings, I might want to do them after the I ratings, or we could just do it whenever I feel like doing it. That's the one thing I haven't looked at yet, is the VFR sectional charts for the Grand Canyon. I'm very interested to see what that looks like, what that's like. Vlogging Charlie, if you're legit about that, hit me up after the stream, like DM me, PM me on Instagram, Discord somewhere, and we could talk more about that that coding stuff, because I have a lot of things I need coded, and if you actually know how to do them, it would be extremely helpful. Or if you can figure it out, or help me figure it out. Either way, collaboration is key. What's up, AB Delcator? Thank you, bro. Welcome to the stream. Aviation Jaden, good to see you. Yeah, we do our cat/I rating celebration flight there. I agree. Yeah, I think we should do a celebration flight in the Grand Canyon. The 2 of us, or whoever else wants to join. Probably just 2 of us though, because we're the only ones who have pilotage. And yeah, because I've done a flight in the Grand Canyon before, but never on pilotage, and it's been a long time as well. Alefi, hola from Brazil. Hola, bom dia. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Glad to be here. I need to work my Portuguese. I've been slacking. I haven't been practicing like I should be. Should we contact yet? Yeah, we need to contact ATC. Alright, let's go ahead and get the ATIS first. Let's see what they got information. I'm gonna turn the music off so we can hear. Is it off? There we go. Tune into the ATIS and listen to that very quickly.
Airport, ATIS information Charlie, time 1832 Zulu, wind calm, visibility 6.
Now we got Charlie.
19, dew point 17, QNH 1019 remarks, no intersection departures, no pattern work allowed. Straight out
right.
Departures only.
We got Charlie, so we'll go ahead and jump over
right
to approach, request approach.
Runways
Any runway, ILS. Let's see what he says. Oh crap. Sorry about that. Bumped into the court.
Airfloat 603 heavy. Expect vectors for the Isles approach runway 10 left.
Muito obrigado, LFES. I am working on my Portuguese. Let's see. Expect vectors ILS 10 right, turn right heading 110 to 140. No, 14,000. We'll do.
Turn right heading 110.
Oh,
Descend and
said
maintain
right, so
1,000.
that's altitude.
116
Oops.
heavy.
Okay, hold on. Let's make some. What did you say? He
He
said down to 14,000. Okay, we can do that. And then he said left, no, right, so one, nav mode off. Right, so 110.
November 224 Oscar Lima Victor. Turn right.
Too many things going on in the cockpit right now. Alright guys, just so you know, I may not be looking at the chat as often as we're going into ATC, talking ATC in beginning, or not beginning, but entering into the approach phase of tonight's flight. So I'll be looking at the chat here and there, but I may miss some of your questions. Just warning you right now. Alright, so continue our descent down to 14,000 feet, which is what ATC gave us, and making a right turn to 110 in the heading. And we'll maintain the same speed unless otherwise given, which is 302 knots. We can actually slow down to 280, which would make more sense. I'm going to stay at 300 to, depending on what the spacing is ahead of us. So I don't want to be a problem for any of the other planes. But we're good for now. We'll stay here.
Quarter 25. Descend
Justin,
and
what's up,
maintain
bro?
8,000.
You're probably in school.
Descend and maintain 8,000.
What's my name and number?
Quarter 25.
My name is Blue. My number is 2
Aircraft 8, requesting aisles approach runway 10
or
left
16.
St.
Usually
Petersburg.
16.
Proceed on course. Aeroflot 709.
My name is Blue. My number is 116. There we go. That's what I should have said.
For the aisles approach runway 10 right at St.
Stereo
Petersburg.
cockpit. Yes, sir, Nathan.
Siberian 230. Expect vectors for the aisles approach runway 10 right at St. Petersburg.
Appreciate it, YXNGG
Sierra
Brown,
Tango
for the
Romeo
compliments.
Contact
Always
St.
welcome.
Petersburg Unicom on 120.3.
We need an anti-blue
Contacting St.
core.
Petersburg
What is that?
Union on 120.3.
What's an
Sierra
anti-blue
Tango
core?
Romeo
I don't know what that
Lima
means.
Yankee.
Blue 187.
Do I already have my
Turn
my own
left heading 280.
anti-blue league?
Trans-Soviet
The league of
700.
anti-blues?
Turn left heading 180. Descend and maintain 4,000.
Fern, what's up, man? This is not X-Plane. This is Infinite Flight.
Airfloat 744 Super. Turn left heading 100.
Turn left heading 100.
Yes, guys, feel free to plan continuing flights. We will be our last stop will be in St. Petersburg tonight. But if you guys want to organize together and do more flights, do a long haul, do some more short hauls, do some more hops, feel free to. I mean, you can make those plans now in the chat, or you can make those plans on our Discord channel, which is preferred. So that way you guys can continue talking after the flight ends. You guys can definitely meet over there in the Infinite Flight channel of my Discord. Preferably. I mean, you can talk about it in chat, but I prefer to keep it in there.
Descend and maintain 14,000. Siberian 401. Foxtrot Romeo Uniform India Tango.
Thank you, Olivier.
070. Descend and maintain 4,000.
Yeah, definitely. So I know a lot of you guys, it's a good time for some of you guys to fly, so I definitely want you guys to be able to connect. That's one of the things I enjoy doing. I enjoy flying with you guys, but I also enjoy connecting some of you guys. I know a lot of you guys never knew each other or met each other until maybe meeting in a stream. So one of the reasons that I started streaming Infinite Flight in the first place was, one, because I had a pretty decent phone and I found out how to stream, but also because I wanted to fly with people. And one of the first things I noticed when I was flying Infinite Flight on live was that people would come and fly with me. That was a lot of fun. So we just kept doing that. We've been doing that for over a year now, actually. I don't know when my first ever Infinite Flight video was. That's actually a good question. Has it been a year yet? Because we might have missed our Infinite Flight year anniversary.
Frequency change approved. Good day.
Frequency change approved.
See if I can find it, or if anybody can tell me when my first Infinite Flight ever video was.
Is 3 nautical miles southeast of St. Petersburg at 3,300 feet, requesting flight following to Moscow.
Trans-Soviet 700. Contact St. Petersburg Unicom on 120.3. Airfloat 744 Super. Turn right heading 150. Descend and maintain
I
4,000.
have to go way back in the archives.
Heading 190. Descend and maintain 4,000. November 352 X-ray Victor.
Scandinavian 99. Turn right heading 090. Airfloat 60.
What's up, Sean 1903? Good to see you. Alpha Tango, what's good? What's up? Why I keep stumbling over words? Alright, down to 10,000. Again, if you click and hold the radio button, it'll reply instantly.
116 heavy.
We're gonna slow way the heck down.
240.
240.
Descend and maintain 11,000. Tango
What we're gonna
Uniform
do,
India
I'm gonna put the
87.
flight spoilers out.
Sierra Kilo Yankee Charlie Romeo Echo Whiskey
Go inside, we're
1.
gonna turn our
Turn
HUD
left
on
heading
so we can
010.
monitor our speed, our indicated speed as it's going down.
Requesting aisles approach
Slowly
heading
add some
runway
vertical
St.
speed in there, but not too
Petersburg.
much because it's gonna slow our descent. Or not our descent, but turn left 050.
Turn left heading 05.
Turn left
It's
heading
gonna slow
050.
our
Blue 116 heavy.
Turn left.
I think I don't even know what I was saying anymore.
Tango
Lost my train of
Uniform
thought.
India 87.
Thank you, Grand
25.
Porter, my first
Descend and
Infinite Flight
maintain
video.
5,000. Sierra
Can I click
Echo
on that?
November
See.
Foxtrot Lima Yankee. Turn left heading 330.
Descend and maintain 5,000.
Oh my
Quarter
god,
25.
my first Infinite
Sierra
Flight
Kilo
video.
Yankee Charlie
Oh
Romeo
wow.
Whiskey 1. Turn left heading 350. Turn
August
left heading
5th,
350.
2015.
Sierra Kilo Yankee
No,
Charlie
2017.
Romeo Echo Whiskey 1.
August 5th,
Siberian
2017 was my first ever Infinite Flight
1177.
video.
Expect vectors for the aisles approach runway 10
And I don't think I was even talking.
Delta Lima Hotel
Flying a
141
Cessna
nautical
172.
miles southeast of St.
Oh,
Petersburg,
man.
2,200 feet.
Memories.
Requesting flight following to
Yeah,
unit.
I think I have a
Siberian
pretty cool idea.
887. Request frequency change. Turn left, heading
I had the same call sign though. It was just different. It was Bravo Lima uniform 16 instead of Blue 116. I'm watching it right now. Crystal, what voice do I have? To be honest, I don't know. I don't know. I have to look for you, but I don't want to pause right now. He says ATC sending him to Finland right now.
Maintain 4000 until established on the localizer. Cleared aisles runway 10 right.
I think that'd be a really good idea.
Siberian 330, turn right heading 0
Maybe for
descend and maintain 5000. Golf November 1 Tango
for our special. The 5,000 sub special we still haven't done. I told you guys I'm behind. Maybe throw back to my very first, like redo my very first flight in Infinite Flight with all you guys. That'd be kind of cool. Alright, we're still descending down to 10,000. The spoilers out. We're good on speed. We're at 240 indicated, and we're descending down to 10,000 feet. And we're about 1,300 away. I think this flight was in Chicago. I'm still watching it back.
120.3. Aeroflot 744 Super.
Justin, we're about to land, so it might be a little late to join unless you just want to like go on the ground. Alright, reduce speed 210 knots.
Descend and maintain 4000.
Reduce speed to 210 knots. Blue 116 Heavy.
Airfloat 603 Heavy. Turn left heading 190.
I think I was just doing pattern work, and that's what it looks like. That's what I did.
Reduce speed to 210 knots.
Yeah, it was.
Uniform India 87.
And then I started doing some spotting.
Turn right
I think we. What plane is that?
Turn left heading 190. Descend and maintain 4000. Airfloat.
Sorry, I'm watching back my first Infinite Flight video ever. Oh, I was in the 717.
Turn left heading
That's what that is.
Descend and maintain 4000.
Delta 717.
Turn left heading
Throwback, man.
1177.
Reduce speed to 210 knots.
Alefi, I am looking forward to the arrival of the TBM at 9:30. Alright, we're at 10,000, 210, and we'll kill the spoilers. And we'll turn lane lights on because we're at 10,000. I think that is not on us. There we go. This is the airspace. Alright, left 330, 8,000.
Descend and maintain 8,000. Blue
Oh,
116 Heavy.
Turn right heading 100.
8,000.
Aeroflot 8.
Siberian
We're not as busy today, so we might be able to get on the ground a little bit quicker.
Following to St. Petersburg.
Siberian 230. Expect vectors for the Isles approach runway 10 right at St. Petersburg. Siberian 230.
Yeah, 500 views on my first video.
Turn right heading
Good times. So glad Infinite Flight looks better now. So glad.
Turn right heading 120. Lufthansa 17.
So glad.
Siberian 3451. Expect
Oh man.
approach runway 10 left at St. Petersburg. Siberian 3337 requesting Isles approach.
I can't believe I've been streaming Infinite Flight for over a year. I didn't know.
Turn right heading 330. Descend and maintain flight.
When I first started, I didn't think I would still be doing it this long.
3337. Expect vectors for the Isles approach runway 10 left at St. Petersburg. Air Force 1.
Glad to be here though.
Heading 110. Descend and maintain
P Scorpion, we flew from Berlin, Germany.
4000 until established
About an hour and a half. Actually, about more like hour and 45 minutes.
10 left approach.
Turn right heading 0.
Am I sure I'm on the right heading? Yeah, that's a good question. We're going 33. Oh crap, we're not in the right heading.
Yankee uniform is 20.
Blue 116.
Oh my bad.
Left heading 320.
It said 320. I put it at 033. Let me tell him sorry.
Turn left heading 320. Blue 116 Heavy.
I'm bad, bro.
Turn left heading 010. Siberian 401.
I'm sorry. Blue 116 Heavy.
Yeah, he gave us a 330 heading. We turned 033 instead of 330. So I got that mixed up. Completely my fault, and I apologize for that.
Turn left heading 120. Descend and maintain 3000.
Thank you for
maintain 3000
catching that, Nathan.
Established on the localizer. Cleared aisles runway 10 left. Airfloat 60.
Charlie's already on the ground.
Airfloat 603 Heavy. Expedite.
I agree, Justin. Actually, I was thinking about that too. Redoing my first global flight, instead, but I think I'm gonna do that at another date.
Sierra Kilo
I actually have a
Yankee
plan
Charlie
for that
Romeo
flight,
Echo
so
Whiskey 1.
I want to redo it because it's gonna look better.
Golf
It was like
November
sketchy
1
back
Tango
then. I don't
Romeo,
think we even landed
speed
that
to
flight.
210
I hate that that was my
Tango
most popular
Uniform
video right
India
now
87,
because it didn't even go
speed
well.
to
It was
210
horrible actually. So go back and redeem myself on that flight. Maybe we could probably do it with the TPM, or we can do it with one of the newer aircraft or something. I don't know. Graham, you're not supposed to be on
Siberian
Unicom.
401, turn left heading 360.
Or not.
Reduce speed to 210 knots. November 224 Oscar Lima Victor.
Siberian 3451, turn right heading
Is there a list of
360.
violation on the train for the train server? Yeah, on the forums. Those are all the rules.
Siberian 313, contact St. Petersburg Unicom on 120.3.
Hopefully my phone doesn't disconnect when I do this. Yep, it did it. Don't worry. We're still going. Come back. You're okay. You're okay. Come on. Connect. Hold on. Don't worry, guys. We're good. Okay, cool. It happens when I move. I think I need a new cord or something. It doesn't like to be touched. RC Custom Cats. What's up, man? Glad you made it. And no problem. Andre Williams, good to see you as well. Think that caused us to not hear ATC anymore. Yeah, because I can't hear ATC anymore. We can't hear I can hear the plane, but I can't hear ATC. It's kind of weird. S7, I've never seen that plane, like, ever before. Thank you, RC Customs, for the subscription. Welcome to the Blue Arrow family. Welcome to the family, my friend. Alefi, I'm using, let me look at the question again. I'm on my mobile device, yes. I have it.
Heavy,
Hold on.
turn left heading 280.
Turn left
280.
heading 240. Tango Uniform India 87.
Yes, I'm using my iPhone 10, and I have my iPhone 10 plugged into my PC so that I can stream it, but I am still using my iPhone for all the controls, and I'm even looking at that over looking at the PC one. The PC one is basically not that much bigger than what I see on my screen. My screen is not tiny though.
Turn left heading 270. Descend and maintain 9000. Siberian 3337. Turn right heading 280.
Turn left heading 270. Descend and
Yeah, I usually, once I take off, I put my phone on a stand.
Blue 116 heavy. Turn left heading 250.
Turn left heading 250. Blue 116 heavy.
I have a little phone stand I put my phone on. I have my phone sitting sideways on a stand. I have it connected to the charger, which right now, because I'm streaming, I have it connected to an HDMI converter and my charger at the same time. And so, it's all just sitting. So I don't really touch those things except for I touch the screen to make adjustments and stuff, and that's all I'm doing.
Siberian 782. Turn left heading.
So I really only touch my phone for takeoff and for landing.
Kilo Yankee Charlie Romeo Echo Whiskey 1. Turn right heading 090.
Turn left heading 0.
Even if I didn't have the stand, I would still have it sitting. Like I wouldn't be holding the phone the entire time.
Golf November 1 Tango Romeo. Turn right heading 360.
Turn left heading 180. Siberian
Uh-oh, Graham got the go around.
I'll cover approach, speed but 490, with you.
Turn right heading 090. Sierra Kilo Yankee Charlie Romeo Echo Whiskey 1.
Turn right heading 360.
I feel like the hardest part about being a controller with memorizing, not really memorizing, but being able to quickly call out all of the complicated call signs over and over. I just feel like that would be tough as a controller to do out loud.
Siberian 002. Turn
Especially the
right
GA
heading
call signs, like the
090.
American 1 this, American 3 this, American this that, like that's okay, but like all the November 86 Juliet Papa Romeo, like that would be really hard for me to say over and over. It doesn't just roll off the tongue all the time.
Golf November 1 Tango Romeo.
So are we doing
Reduce
parallel
speed to
approaches
190
here?
knots.
I think we
Reduce
are.
speed to 190 knots. Sierra Kilo Yankee Charlie Romeo Echo Whiskey 1. Quarter 25. Turn right heading 200. Climb and maintain 5000.
Turn right heading 200. Climb and maintain 5000. Quarter 25.
Speedbird 979. Turn right heading 100. Descend and maintain 10,000. Tango Uniform India 87, turn right.
Man, my
heading
dog be looking so
320.
chill.
Turn
Just
right
be
heading
relaxing.
320, Tango Uniform India 87.
Lufthansa 17, requesting descent to 8,000.
Aeroflot 8, turn right heading 270.
Turn right heading 270, Aeroflot 8.
What's going on,
Siberian
Swiss?
657,
Let me know
turn
what's
left
going
heading
on. We'll see.
330, descend and maintain
What's
9,000.
up? Amar, I'm
Sierra
not
Kilo
using a
Charlie
joystick.
Romeo
I
Echo
prefer
Whiskey
not to use it
One,
for
turn
infinite
left
flight.
heading 080,
Just my own personal
Blue
preference. I know that it
116
does work
heavy,
for
turn
it.
right heading
280 in the heading.
November
It's gonna be a right
224
turn.
Oscar Lima Victor, turn left heading 250.
Turn right heading 280.
I've tried it. I just didn't have a.
116
It just
heavy.
didn't work.
Turn left heading
My screen is so
250,
small and it's
November
just I don't know. It
224
just
Oscar Lima Victor.
Turn
didn't work
right
for me.
heading 030,
Like I wanted to.
Lufthansa 17.
I liked it. There was also a slight lag behind it too. I don't know, between my interaction with the yoke or joystick and the infinite flight. So I really only use my joystick for my PC games like X-Plane, DCS World, and anything else that has flying in it.
Speedbird 979. Tango Uniform India 87, requesting descent to 4,000.
Turn left heading 180, Siberian 3451.
Siberian 780.
Can one? Oh, there it is. I'm about to say if one of you guys could post a Discord link for those guys, but they already posted it. Alright, so we're chilling at 280, indicated 210 knots, as directed. Where are we? And we're down here to the south of the airport on a right downwind. It looks like we're probably gonna be 1, 2, 3, probably number 5 for landing on 10 right, which is what approach gave us originally.
210 knots. Tango Uniform India 87, turn right heading 090. Bravo Alpha 710.
What's up,
turn
Swift
left heading 180,
Lings
descend
17?
and maintain
Hello.
4,000. Turn left heading 200. Siberian 936.
Turn right heading 250, quarter 25.
Lufthansa 17, reduce speed to 210 knots. Siberian 401, reduce speed
I can
to 210
redo
knots.
the first
Reduce
infinite
speed to
flight
210
on
knots.
X-Plane.
Siberian 401. Tango Uniform India 87, turn right heading
That's an idea.
100.
So you mean the first flight I ever did on infinite flight? So I should redo my first ever infinite flight on X-Plane. Is that what you're saying? Or I should do my first global flight on X-Plane. Hold on. Right 010 down to 6,000.
Oscar Lima Victor, turn right heading 280. Siberian 401, turn left heading 250.
Let's go ahead and repeat that
Turn right
back.
heading 280.
Turn right heading 010.
Vertical speed down.
Descend and maintain
The same
6,000.
speed.
116 heavy.
Turn left heading 330.
Systems. Well,
Lufthansa
landing lights are
17.
not on. I thought I turned it on already. Those should have been on since we got to 10,000. And we're making our right base turn for 10 right. We'll be on the ground pretty quick. That's nice. I'm excited. I'm excited. So yes, you're saying that I should do my. I'm confused on what you're asking. You're saying I should do my first ever infinite flight on X-Plane 11, or you're saying I should do my first ever global flight. Here we go, heading 020 now. Or do my first global flight on X-Plane, which I would. Both of those would be a lot of fun because I have really good scenery in both of those areas. My first ever infinite flight was actually in Chicago, I think, if I can remember correctly. I was just watching it, and I think I remember I was flying a Cessna 172 doing pattern work at Chicago International. So that's a flight that I could do on infinite flight because I have Chicago scenery as well as Chicago downtown scenery. We can do a complete VFR flight in the Cessna 172 in Chicago. I would love that, actually, personally. That'd be a lot of fun. If we did my first ever global flight when global released last year, that would have been San Diego to Reno, San Diego to San Francisco, and then San Francisco to Reno, and that is also a beautiful as heck flight that I have beautiful scenery the whole way through. 040 5,000. He's vectoring us for the final approach. 010 right.
Turn right heading 040. Descend and
Let's get prepared to
maintain
land, guys.
5,000.
Stereo cockpit.
Blue 116
Won't be answering any
heavy.
more questions from here on out.
Turn right heading 280. Siberian 600.
Justin, you need to get NASCAR Heat 3 on Xbox.
Turn
Get it right
heading
now.
250, quarter 25.
Do it. Or you can get it on PC.
Turn right
I know you have a
heading
PC you play X-Plane on.
Siberian 3451.
Actually, I don't think NASCAR takes too much PC strength. I don't think. You don't use either much. Okay.
657,
I know
turn left heading 230.
Fire and Passion is on the NASCAR Heat 3 right now. I'm a
Turn
little
left
jealous.
heading 250.
Turn left heading
But as soon as we get out of here,
Siberian 657.
I guess me and Fire and Passion will be doing some NASCAR Heat online together.
Turn left heading 250.
Yeah, we'll be streaming together
Lufthansa
actually.
17.
Dance talents. You want to fly on my airline? Which airline are you referring to? I have a few. I have a few divisions of my airline. I have Blue Arrow Cargo, Blue Arrow Charters.
Turn left heading 230.
I also created in Somebody. I made Blue Arrow heli tours.
Turn right heading 070. Descend
Crap.
and maintain 3,500. Maintain 3,500 until established on the localizer. Cleared aisles runway 10 right approach.
I'll tell you, man, that is a freaking mouthful.
180.
Turn right heading 070. Descend and maintain 3,500. Maintain 3,500 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 10 right approach. Blue 116. Whew. There we go. We said it.
Cleared aisles runway 10
Only
right.
1,000 feet
Blue
away from that.
116 heavy.
All right, let's get ready to land. Systems FPV. That looks good. Let's go into the cockpit view. My preferred landing view. Oh, why is this stuff not going away?
Delta Lima Victor Alpha 702. Descend and
What did I do?
maintain
I broke it.
6,000. Airfloat 603 heavy. Turn left heading 180.
I think we might have already missed it. No, we haven't missed the localizer. There's an aircraft right ahead of us, but he's way above us. So we'll maintain this heading until we get on the localizer. We already have the 10 right ILS tuned in. As we lose light, the sun setting behind us. See, contact St Petersburg Unicom. Right, we'll do. I guess tower is offline.
Airflow 559. Contact St Petersburg.
No, tower's online. What's up with that?
Contacting St.
We just sent this off to Unicom for some reason. Maybe he's logging off. Now we will need to talk to tower. It does say tower is on, so I'm gonna still contact tower once we get on final. And also slow our speed down to 190 knots. That is the speed that I personally want to be at when I meet the localizer. We are 14 nautical miles out from the airport. Fire and Passion does not still have his PS4. Yes, he has disappointed the world. He switched to Xbox. So me and him can't even play GTA together anymore. Matter of fact, when Red Dead Redemption comes out, not sure how that's gonna work out because he ain't got a PS4. All right, guys, let's prepare the cabin for arrival. Put our trim up a little bit. And final approach heading to be 096. 096. Make that turn now, slowly. Nav mode approach. Here we go. We are establishing on the localizer, and we are already on the glide slope. We're 10 miles out. Go flaps 1.
Blue 116 heavy, you're in an active airspace. Please contact St Petersburg Tower.
Contact tower, call inbound, landing, runway on the ILS, 10 right.
St. Petersburg Tower, Blue
And
116
we're going to
heavy.
go ahead and
Inbound
arm
on
the spoilers and
ILS
bring that
runway
speed back.
10 right with information, Charlie.
2 knots.
Alpha Tango
Number
Lima
2.
Alpha Sierra
Oh, I'm still heavy.
251.
Yeah, my
Roll
call sign
short
never
of runway
changed.
10 left.
Oh well.
Number 2,
Gear
clear
down.
to land, runway 10 right, Blue 116 heavy.
Number 3, clear to land. Runway 10 left. Airflow 603 heavy. Aeroflux 603 heavy.
Walking through, I'm not on tower because the approach controller told me to go to Unicom. I don't know why. That's what he told me to do. That's what I did. And that's why we weren't on tower.
Practical speed. Airflow 603 heavy. Bravo Alpha 710. When able, turn right and contact ground. Please expedite.
There we go. That's the plane establishing itself on the localizer to get lined up on the runway for 10 right.
Ground. Please expedite. Traffic on final.
Okay, thank you, Nathan. So, guys, just expect there's a bug apparently. So, that is why approach controller are handing people off to Unicom instead of into tower, which is the way they would usually do it. Let's get our speed taken care of. We'll land around 137 knots today.
Aeroflight 8 is 14 nautical miles to the northwest at 3,800 feet, inbound for landing. Shamrock
Sounds good, Oliver. You're number 3 behind me.
Request frequency change.
Aeroflight 8, number 3, runway 10 right, clear to
And yes, that is true. It takes maybe 5 minutes to start a flight or less on FNF flight. It takes 30 minutes to an hour to start a flight on X-plane, P30. That also depends on the level of simulation that you are attempting. You can get a flight started in about less than 3 minutes on X-plane as well. Alright, we do have a parallel on our left wing. 2 parallels. I don't know what that guy is doing. He is completely off. Localizer. Speed is established. We'll go ahead and shut that HUD off. I want to see it. I'll disconnect the autopilot here soon.
Airbridge cargo 383 super.
Siberian 936, when able turn right
2 miles out and go flaps full.
Please expedite, traffic on final. Wilco, Siberian 936. Aeroflot 603 heavy, contact
what up, Casper? I'm doing good, thanks for asking. How are you, man?
87, when able turn left and contact ground, please expedite, traffic on final.
Alright, let's go ahead and disconnect autopilot. We'll fly the rest of the way. Now I'll keep speed. I like to keep my auto throttle on because I don't like to have to worry about it while I'm flying.
Contacting Pulkovo approach on 119.3, Airfloat 603 heavy.
Holding short runway 10 left, Airbridge cargo 383 super. Holding
right, our controls, we are in control.
Airbridge cargo 383
Autopilot is disengaged.
300.
Alpha Tango Lima Alpha Sierra 251, line up and wait
Look
runway
at all that
10
traffic.
left.
St Petersburg Tower, Aeroflot 3654, ready for takeoff at
Runway's
runway
clear.
10 left, departing east.
30.
Line
Waiting.
up and wait runway 10 left.
Crap,
Alpha
come on.
Tango Lima Alpha Sierra 251.
We
St.
floated it
Petersburg
because when I
Tower,
did that, I
Siberian 3337,
throttled up to like
inbound
51%.
ILS runway 10 left with
Not the
destination
smoothest
Charlie.
landing.
St. Petersburg
But
Tower,
I'll take it.
Siberian 401 is 14
Versus green.
miles to the west at 4,000 feet, inbound for landing with information Charlie, requesting runway 10 right. Aeroflot
Let it roll to the
559,
end, so the
when
next
able
exit
turn
will
right, contact ground
exit right there. Manual braking.
Siberian 3337, number 2, runway 10 left, clear to land. Siberian
Bit
401,
fast.
Blue 116 heavy, when able
We
turn
parking right
left,
behind this other
contact
aircraft
ground
here.
on the taxiway.
And we're good for taxi speed.
Wilco, Blue 116 heavy.
See if we can get stopped behind this guy. He's actually right on the whole short line, which is not okay. You're supposed to be on the other side of the whole short line. I understand actually there was traffic taxiing too though, so that might be the reason why he's still sitting there. I'm pretty sure he'll move. Go ahead and retract the spoilers while we wait, and retract the flaps.
Number 3, clear
And
to
now we're
land.
waiting for this guy
Runway
to
10 right, quarter
up.
25.
St. Petersburg Tower, Siberian 4712, ready for takeoff.
Yeah, so
runway 10
it's happened to me
right,
a lot of times
departing
before
straight
when
out.
landing out. I'm trying to like press buttons quickly and I'll swipe my finger
Runway 10 right.
and it'll turn the camera instead of the actual button that I was reaching for, and that's what happened there right before we touched down. Made me look right down, which was extremely distracting. Couldn't see anything.
Average cargo 383 super, ready for takeoff at runway 10 left, departing straight.
And what I was trying to reach for was the throttle. I was trying to disconnect the auto throttle so that we could retard at the end. Uh-oh, we got a little issue with a 767. Right there, so we'll hold short once we get past the line. I don't think we had any traffic behind us, and we're good. And we'll make way for the 767. Not sure which direction he's going. He is drifting that thing. Holy crap. What a drift. I've never seen somebody drift take off before. Wow.
Number 3.
I've never seen somebody drift take off. I've seen people take off the runway, off the taxiway, but never drift take off. That's a first. Alright, let's go park. We'll follow company down there. So we'll just park next to wherever he parks.
Foxtrot 18, request frequency change.
Well, guys, welcome to St. Petersburg.
Foxtrot 18, frequency change approved.
My first time in St. Petersburg, I think.
Siberian 4712,
We've flown in Russia once before. We did like
runway
military
10 right.
jets, I think, one time in Russia.
Change approved. Foxtrot
The
18,
big old A380,
Line
Lufthansa.
up and runway 10 right. Siberian 4712.
I think I timed it right. Ooh, I forgot the contact ground. Whoops. My bad. I forgot all about you, buddy.
St. Petersburg, ground on 121.7, Blue 116.
Press taxi to parking, even though I'm already there.
St. Petersburg, ground, Blue 116.
Oh, 767 made it back.
Request taxi to parking.
Eric, Blue 116 heavy, taxi to parking. Pushback approved. Aeroflot 4.
All right, we're clear to taxi to parking.
Taxiing to parking.
Not sure what the 767 is doing. He's doing donuts and drifts.
St. Petersburg ground. Victor 1
I
Romeo
think he's
Oscar
gonna
Tango
crash
8.
us.
Ready for
Pretty sure it's on
pushback with
purpose.
information echo.
So we're just gonna
Requesting
continue.
runway 28 left.
St. Petersburg ground.
There's no reason for him to be going this direction. Yeah, that's what's going on. All right, turn the HUD off completely so we don't see that. And we will turn. I just missed it. Crap.
November
Take the
224
next one.
Oscar Lima Victor, taxi to parking.
Taxiing to parking. November 224 Oscar Lima Victor.
Parker right here.
Holding
I will
position.
unload
Victor 1 Romeo Oscar Tango 8.
Saudia 169.
as we get
cross
killed by a
runway
767
10
wing.
left, please expedite.
And there we go. We made it, and I'm pretty sure he just got ghosted. Guess he just disconnected.
Stand by. Siberian 888
Word.
heavy.
Alright, well, guys, thank you so much as usual. Let's go ahead and shut the engines off. Engine 2 shut down. Engine 1 shut down. Beacons shut off. Seatbelt signs are off. Smoking signs always stay on. Nav lights will leave on for now.
Victor 1 Romeo
I think my
Oscar
dog is
Tango 8.
snoring back there. You can't hear it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Pretty nice, decent flight. Didn't have any turbulence. Weather was just great. I mean, was like low, not very much weather leaving. Oh, here had about 8 knots of a headwind on the way out. So I mean, it was not strong, but it was enough. Flight was decent. We timed it perfect to get here right by sunset. This is not real world time though. But as usual, I always thank you guys for flying with us. There's a little caravan there. I'm pretty sure that's probably a TBM. Somebody, I think the TBMs are masked as caravans until release day. But thank you guys so much. If you want to, I'm gonna be getting out of here pretty quickly today. But I will take a few screenshots before I go. So if you want to get in the screenshot, if you're not already flying with us and you want to get in the screenshot, you can hop in the on the ramp. Just don't park on top of anybody. And if you did fly with us, thank you guys so much for once again joining us and making another great Infinite Flight Friday Night Flight. I mean, these flights are nothing without you guys for sure. So thank you guys so much for continuously coming out and flying with me. I definitely do enjoy it. There's a 787 right there.
Right with information echo.
Taxiing to runway 10 left, Aeroflot 454. Victor 1
And sorry to have to leave so quickly. I don't really have to leave. Well, technically, yeah, I need to leave. So quickly, I just got other things I want to do. I might be streaming again here in the extreme near future, but a different game. It just won't be Infinite Flight or even aviation related. It's going to be racing. I want to get started with that as soon as I can so I can get it finished.
Request taxi to parking.
Siberian 401, taxi to parking.
Taxiing to parking.
But greatly appreciate you guys.
St. Petersburg ground.
Friday Night Flight I always look forward to, man. It's always fun. I always like it. Even on days like today when I honestly didn't really feel like flying. Once I get out of here, I'm like, you know what? I'm glad I did it. I'm glad we're out here. I'm glad we're flying. It's good. It's good. Do we have any arrivals coming in? Maybe we can look, watch one arrival, one lucky guy. Watch his landing here. We have one on 10 right, and we have some departures on 10 left. We'll go over to 10 right.
Give way to aircraft, Aeroflot 8. November 135 Yankee
Which is the one we landed on.
Approved. Expect runway 10 right.
But yeah, I like that they have runway lights at night, but they don't have taxi lights. I wonder why they don't. Because you don't need the terminals to have the taxiway lights, and that would be really helpful to have the taxiway
St.
lights.
Petersburg ground.
You realize we don't see a single CRJ with Aeroflot taking off on 737. Not a single CRJ out here. Yes, if everybody who wants to continue flying, please slide over to my Discord channel, which should have been posted in the chat. If you want to plan your next flight from here to here again, whatever you want guys do, it's up to you. You can do a lot longer flights together. My flights are always short. You can plan those on my Discord. Free to slide by there. Anyways, guys, I think I'm done. I think we want to watch one arrival, but the 747 is taking off, and that guy is still about 5 miles out. So I'm gonna stay here until this last arrival, and then I'm gonna get out of here. And while we wait, I am going to play the rest of this music.
Give way to aircraft. Siberian 3337.
Yeah, that was loud. Sorry.
Thank you. Good day.
Oh, no, you couldn't hear it anyways. I love watching sunset departures and arrivals. Golden hour. Hopefully he doesn't disappear. Oh, there he goes. Let's see, we got one on short final. Let's see if we can catch him. And we will get the heck out of here. Oh, here he comes. Oh, this is gonna be freaking beautiful. Oh, we gotta get a screenshot of this. Little rocky. I think he might be okay. There you go. There you go. He made it. Welcome to St. Petersburg. Well, guys, thank you so much as usual. Remember, you got 3 freaking choices. Give up, give in, give it all you got. Peace, love, and God bless you. I love you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Peace, love, and God bless you.